just as a reminder then, the last time we did this, we created a program that we input the number of songs from the user and we calculated a price of 99 cents for the total purchase price. If they purchased 10 songs or more, we applied a 10% discount. Now, before I continue on, I would like to point out that we did make a logic error in our last rendition. And that was, we said we were going to apply a 5% discount, and then we applied actually a 10% discount. We cost our client quite a bit of extra discount that they probably otherwise did not want to give. So there is a logic error here in our code for sure. So I'm going to fix that before I move on. Okay, so what I wanted to do next is, well, first of all, I want to take what we've done and make it a little bit more efficient. And that is because of the fact that we've got this exact algorithm, this exact statement replicated twice in our code. So it's inefficient. It gives us more opportunity to make mistakes, to do some typing errors. Plus, if in the future we wanted to change this equation for some reason, we'd have to change it in two places. And if we put it in one place, it would be more efficient. So I'm going to copy and paste, or cut and paste it to the beginning of this condition. And I'm going to remove it completely from our if condition. And the reason for that is, no matter what, the total of price is the same, our calculation's the same, but we don't need to be calculating it 2 different times, when in fact we can do it just once before we even start our condition, and then only apply a discount if number of songs is greater than 10. So in that case, I don't need an else statement, and this would suffice. So that's much more efficient coding. I'm also going to take this efficient idea one step further, and that is I'm going to replace, let me just comment out this line and show you how I'm going to change it. Okay. All right, so remember I have to keep my indentation in order for it to be part of this if block. And instead of writing this statement out the way it is, I'm going to replace equals total price minus. So I'm going to replace this piece of code with minus equals. And that's saying the same thing. That's saying take what was ever in total price and subtract out a new calculation, put that entire calculation into total price. So these two statements are exactly the same. It's just that this is a little bit quicker to type and syntactically is correct. So total price is equal to, or we say total price minus equals total price times 0.05. Okay, so let's just run that and make sure that that part's working. So how many songs? Let's say we did 10. And I'm going to get my little calculator out here. Oops. Bring it over. Okay, so 10 songs would be 10 times 99 cents. And we should be applying did we do a 5%? We did change that, right? Yep. So 9.99 times 0.05 is equal to 495. So 9.9 minus 0.495 equals, and I should get 9405, and I did in fact get 9405. So I know my calculation is now correct. Now, incidentally, don't worry about all these extra places right now. We'll deal with that formatting soon enough. Okay. So now we're going to add an additional if condition, and that is if they buy more than 20, to add 10%. So we've got the first condition taken care of, but we've got a new condition we've got to worry about. And so we're going to use the word elif, and then we need to put in our condition. Elif num songs is greater than 19. That would be correct. Or you could also say greater than or equal to 20. Either is correct, depending on which you feel more comfortable doing. And then my colon indicating that I'm about to follow or include some statements that will be rendered if this condition is true. So notice the indentation. The indentation means only these lines that are indented will be applied if num songs is greater than or equal to 20. And then we have a new calculation, total price minus equals total price times 10%. So now we've got two conditions that could possibly be true. If number songs are greater than 9, or if number songs are greater than or equal to 20. And so our new syntax is elif with the colon. Incidentally, if you had more elifs, you could also add more if you had more conditions. I'm going to spell that right. Elif number of songs is greater than or equal to, maybe it just kept going up, okay? You could then put more statements. Total price minus equals total price times, maybe it's 0.15, okay? You could then put an else statement if you wanted to. And remember, in else statements, we don't have conditions because everything is it's a catch-all kind of bucket. So you could continue on with this as much as you needed to or wanted to. Else, oh, here I have an error, don't I? Total price. That would definitely cause us a problem. And maybe here you have total price. You might want to just put total price minus equals, you know, I don't know what your condition would be here that would make sense, but I'm just trying to get across total price times, maybe we do 0. I don't know. That just indicates that you don't have to pay anything. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But my point here simply was that you could certainly add more elif statements, as many as you wanted to. You can apply an else. You don't have to apply any of them. It's just to give you an idea of how the syntax works. So this original problem was just meant to do a 10% discount, so I would leave it here. And that takes care of the initial problem that we had where we wanted to have a 5% applied to 10 songs or more, or a 10% applied for 20 songs or more. And to reiterate, in order to do that, we have our if condition. We end our condition. This has to render true or false. Our statement ends with a colon. If this condition renders true, all of the indented statements that follow will be evaluated. If this condition does not render true, it falls to the elif condition. The elif condition is evaluated. We end the statement with a colon. If this condition renders true, all the following indented statements after that would be rendered, and then we exit this program. So hopefully that gives us more tools to work with, more conditions that we can play with.